I'm Jonathon Pym. I drive a 1972 Mark III Jensen Interceptor. As a kid, I always remember seeing one of these on my paper round up a private driveway. I always remember seeing that large back window and seeing the car in top trumps. So I always won with the engine size. 40 years later, I bought this one. Driving a Jensen is a unique experience. Everywhere you go, everyone stops and talks. I get embarrassed. If I say I'm getting petrol, my missus says I'll see you in an hour. The petrol station's 1 mile away. What I find funny is the fact that it's got 4 ashtrays and nowhere to put a cup. In 2007, I joined the Jensen Owners Club with the view of finding a suitable car. In June of 2010, I found this car locally in Torquay as a restoration project. I started restoring the car to where it is now. This involved a full body restoration with new panels to all 4 corners, respray, new leather interior, new carpets. The top end of the engine has been rebuilt. In fact, I think every part of it has been taken off and restored in some way. It's probably the most unclassic classic you've ever driven. It's got a 3-speed automatic gearbox, it keeps up with modern traffic, it's fast, it's got power steering, it's got central locking, everything's electric, including the central locking. It's got ventilated disc brakes all round, it stops, it steers and it goes. It is built to be driven. I do 2,000 miles a year in it. Everything is done for ease. Even the dip and main beam is via a foot switch, so you never have to take your hands off the wheel. These cars are very expensive in their day, costing in 1972 twice the price of an ordinary house. They were owned by the rich and famous. I think Cliff Richard had one. John Bonham had many, the drummer of Led Zeppelin, and they were owned by people like Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin. Anyone who was anyone owned a Jensen. This car was ahead of its time in 1972 with decent aircon, decent brakes. Even the fuel flap is electric, which is not even standard on modern cars. Although Jensen went bust in 1976, nearly all exterior panels are still available from the original presses. Trim parts may be hard to find. The engine being a Chrysler unit, it's so simple to maintain and to still get parts to this date. So the car is used 12 months of the year. I do on average 2,000 miles a year. Last year in particular, it was well used with trips to the Jensen International at Swindon and an invite to Hampton Court Palace to show it in the Concours d'Elegance. This year, the car reached 50 years old. I'm hoping that for the next 50 years, these cars are still available to be used daily and are still seen on our roads.